Because, I think we can talk about it. We pundits can talk about it. Pundits, sorry.
When the need arises, he's taking the ball himself.
There was one area which Stokes and Bumrah were the only two guys who were able to get that ball to bounce. Nobody else.
Would Ben Stokes get into the England side when he's batting really well? Tick, yes.
That 6 to 8 metre patch, we can have a look at that 6 to 8 metre patch again. It's a little grassier, and that's the working area. But as a batter, you've got to expect the ball to pitch there. You can't worry too much about it. You can see it sort of briefly over there.
No, you don't. I think if you let that in your mind, then you're always going to be conscious and you'll be just a little bit hesitant. So clearly, I think you just got to play the ball on its merits, and yes, maybe anticipate just a little bit, but not really get too carried away by that. Because I think we can talk about it. We pundits can talk about it. Pundits, sorry. we can talk about it as much as we can, but at the end of the day, the pitches don't really. It's not a pitch where the landing there, the ball is scooting or jumping up like that. It happened at Lords. There was one area which Stokes and Bumrah were the only two guys who were able to get that ball to bounce. Nobody else. So
it's interesting you mentioned Stokes. He's bowled more overs than he's ever bowled in a Test series.
Yeah,
and when the need arises, he's taking the ball himself.
Yeah, his bowling this summer has been the best that I've seen of Ben Stokes with the ball. He's fit. He's worked for 6 months on his body, and I think it's probably the first time in his career that he's probably bowling without any aches and pains. He's probably got the odd bit of stiffness, but it's as fit as I've seen Ben Stokes, and I think he's enjoying bowling. I can only imagine. I only bowled a bit of filthy off spin, but I can only imagine as a bowler that when your body's right, it must be great to bowl. You just want to get the ball in hand, and not only is he's doing this every morning. You can see he's working with the trainers to make sure that body's ready to go. And it's not just that his body; his skill levels are better than any of the England bowlers. He's got the skill to be able to, bowl quickly, swing the ball, seam the ball bounces at the right time. It is the all-round package with the ball in hand. The one thing I'll say about India is that if you look at the whole series, and the pitches have been pretty flat, they generally do have England 100 for 4. They generally do have England 4 down quite quickly, and if they do that again here, they've got a great chance. And it's just been that powerhouse of Jamie Smith and with another. And then if you look at this batting line this week for England, Jofra Archer's coming in at 11. So England have packed their bat in. Dawson at 8, Wokes at 9, Carse at number 10.
There was that stat, Michael, that England's 8, 9, 10, 11 have more first-class runs than India's 1, 2, 3, 4. And Dawson has more first-class runs than anybody in this Indian team. It just tells you about the transition itself. But just your thoughts, having watched Stokes from so far. I remember people said of Ian Chappell when he was captain that he would never ask his team to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. You get that impression with Stokes that, right, I want you to do this, but I'll be the first one to go and do it.
Exactly. I mean, that's what leadership is all about, and that's what you can see from him. He will, if for England, he'll run through a brick wall, and he'll expect everybody else to do that, and all the others will do that for him. And I think that is great leadership. And then I think he's got this great, with the opportunity to be able to do it with both bat and ball. Some of us who captain, we could only do with the bat, or somebody we could do it only with the ball. But for him, he can set things right with the ball. He can set things right with the bat. And then, as we've seen at Lords, that brilliant run out of Rishabh Pant that actually turned the game around.
Might have turned the series around.
Turned the series around.
You generally look at all-rounders, don't you, and you go, the real great all-rounders. Would Ben Stokes get in the England side as a bowler? Tick, yes.
Yep.
Would Ben Stokes get into the England side when he's batting really well? Tick, yes. Would Ben Stokes get in the England side like Mike Brealey potentially did, just as the captain? I think he would. That tells you you're looking at a great cricketer.
Fourth Test, live now. Watch it on TV channels of Sony Sports.